Hello everyone and welcome back to Victoria II HFM mod as Austria as we attempt to form the German Confederation. And so we got most of our armies together. Probably one of the biggest things we just need to get another army here, but we don't have too much manpower left or as far as support goes. We should be able to get most of that army. Actually, I'm not able to get all of it since we have 4 artillery and 2 hussars being made. Let's keep going. See what we can do as far as fixing the economy. We might have to lower some spendings here. Don't need to spend money on the Navy at all. Looks like it is balancing itself out, so we'll stick with that. And our factories are coming along nicely. So at the moment, it's kind of more like a waiting game until we can get to nationalism and imperialism and start the Brothers' War. In the meantime, however, we can play the sphere game, do our best to get as many of these different countries into our sphere. Looks like Prussia just expelled us from Rus. And we are also discredited, so it's best not to pursue that if we are discredited. So let's try Oldenburg. That might not work. They have already a 70 in there. What other countries are close by? In fact, if we were to sphere the Netherlands, that could help out as well. Yes, let's do that. So because regardless, once we do the Brothers' War, we're going to take over them. Anyways, Prussia, we're going to have to knock out the great power status. Their military isn't too great by itself. So if we were to just occupy the country and just destroy all their factories, destroy their prestige, we should be able to knock them out. So we'll just wait till then. We're still allied with Russia. So if that alliance ever breaks, we might take advantage of it and just go and attempt to invade the Ottomans and take over a state from them. Alright, Netherlands could be cordial. Craftsmen are going along nicely. Yeah, our industrial power is already at 2. Which, I mean, compared to Prussia, that's pretty dismal that they're 34. But we're going to do our best. Alright, we can take Rus as an ally. That's actually pretty convenient. In fact, we can start going for them again. Yeah, let's focus on them. Let's see, does France have any allies yet? Looks like Spain. I believe Spain's a great power. Yep. Does Prussia have any great power allies yet? I don't believe they do. But Russia doesn't either. They they won't accept. We can keep improving the relations, and hopefully at some point that will change. Just got discredited at Rus. That is fine. Let us combine these armies. Yeah, we'll keep them there. Underground newspaper. We'll go with militancy. A little bit easier to deal with than consciousness. Luxembourg. All right. Apparently we had full 100 on Luxembourg. And that's because they just gained their independence. No, it's not. I'm not sure why that happened. Interesting. Yeah, Netherlands as well. Let's see. Hanover, Frankfurt, Luxembourg. Looks like Prussia's starting to get pretty friendly with Frankfurt. We'll take care of that soon enough anyways. I'm just going to ignore Rus. Doesn't really matter as much anymore. We'll just focus on the Netherlands. See if we can get them in our sphere. So that'd be pretty convenient. They're going to be a great power soon though anyways. And they're going to be allies to Prussia. So that probably won't be happening either. So we'll change that. Let's try focusing in on Sweden. Frankfurt, they're already at 66. I can just wait till they get hired before I ban them. Make them waste some of their influence. Oriental crisis. Still didn't do much for us. They are at war with Egypt now, though. So that just happened. Russia wants access. We will give it to them. Try to be as friendly as possible with the Russians. All right. We're going to get this the 3rd of August, 1840. So it looks like we're not going to be able to save up for idealism. That is fine. We will do what we can. Russia. Nope. They're in different areas again, huh? There we go. That's 1 attack. 3 attack. 1 attack and 1 defense. And this has 1 attack. Looks like one of our generals did die. That general's currently assigned. Let's look at these unassigned generals. We do not have too many good generals. As time goes on, hopefully we'll get some more attack general. So far we only had that one. It'd be really nice if we got attack 5 general. That we can just crush the Prussians in a war. Let us lower army maintenance for now. Since we're not building any units. Alright, Frankfurt, let us ban the Prussian embassy. They were getting pretty close there. And where are they going to focus next? Nassau. So after we sphere Sweden, we can start focusing on protecting Nassau, some of our others. Looks like these factories are not doing too well. Let's see. $18.5. It would be useful to produce something that could actually give us or yield quite a bit of money. A lot of the raw goods don't do so much. Steel, not so much. Cement has actually fallen in price quite a bit. Glass, fabrics, fertilizer. Yeah, you might just not worry about that too much. Actually, wine could be something that would be useful to produce, which we need glass and fruit. And do we have that? Oops, there we go. Sweden. Before I get distracted, that was an accident. Cannot undo that though, so we're just going to continue with that. Let's incur some craftsmen over here. This cannery is going to end up being pretty useful anyways, as far as producing income. Sweden we can add to our sphere. Let's see here. Like I said, let's try making sure Prussia doesn't steal any of our spherelings. They also look like they're, well, the Russians are going for cacao. I don't mind that too much. They can take them. It's a really small country anyways. Alright, how's our railroads looking? Let us try to expand these. Yeah, it won't cost us too much. So hopefully we have enough currency to do this. Looks like we do not. We'll start with that. That's a good start. Looks like Prussia stopped going for Nassau. So we'll stop there. In fact, there's not really too many other countries that we want a sphere. So I'm going to go ahead and work on making sure we can build up some influence on all of them. Just to generally cover everything. Okay, so they're back into their sphere. Are any of these guys not? Morocco's a primitive nation. One of the only things about this mod is that it does increase the infamy from like demand concession or to establish protectorate. In fact, the entire race for Africa has changed pretty dramatically. Countries will automatically get territories based off of how much territory they already control there. So for example, if I controlled this, the Horn of Africa, I would end up getting events to take pretty much this entire region. It doesn't technically work the exact same. I think you have to start colonizing 10 years later than the base game as well. It's a little bit different. I think this way is a little bit smoother. Borders don't get so messed up, and it just does seem a little bit more realistic. Oh, sorry, industrial power is actually at 6 now, so it's going up pretty fast. Prussia's going up even faster than ours, though. But we'll get there. We will get there. Just gotta keep promoting craftsmen. And see where that gets us. Weaver's Uprising. I don't care too much about the prestige. Just one to get rid of 5 or 0.5 consciousness. That's good. So we're making some pretty decent income. I want to start lowering tariffs just a little bit, see if we can help our factories make more. Oh, that was not what I wanted. Make more money. There we go. Help them expand a little bit quicker. At this point, we can look into building even more factories. So for example, over here, we got iron and coal. Actually, I know one of these, yeah, this territory had sulfur. Restoration of Sweden. Okay, what's this? Diplomats from Sweden have quietly approached us, appealing for help in restoring their lost lands. With Austrian help, they say Sweden will prove a much worthier ally. There are those concerned with the trouble this might stir up. However, should we look the other way, prove Austrian influence has weight. That didn't read very well. Alright, let's see. So, if we accept it, influence of Sweden increases by 50. We'll have military access. So it looks like the biggest thing is that we end up going to war with Russia. And that's a scary thought. That's actually a very scary thought. Basically, it would give them Finland. If we go to war with Russia. They are not allied to the Ottomans, actually. So they don't really have much in the way of allies. But they still have quite a few troops. 98 brigades. And we have 61, and they have a 6 out of. Their military tech is also higher. It really depends on how confident I feel like maneuver my militaries here. That's difficult. I want to, because it sounds interesting. But at this point, I do not think we can win. But I want to try. Our army composition's pretty good. And to be honest, we just have to win battles, which I'm pretty confident we can do. You know what? Just for fun and to entertain ourselves, we are going to do it. Yeah, these lands aren't exactly the best to walk through. Our supply limit is not very good right now. Which army has the 3 attack general? That would be this one. So this general is going to lead the charge. All of these other ones are just going to be backup. And we do have our sphere swarms that can also just swarm into Russia. So yeah, we'll consider it. And see what happens there. It's only 9 war score. And I'm pretty sure I can at least go long enough to defeat their armies to the point where we can make a strong impact on the war score. Sorry about that. I was saying the battle war score does add up to a lot, so we can win a war just by winning the battles. This event just happened. I guess our king or emperor died. Unfortunate. Now I'm going to say let's go to war. We'll wait a little bit. Let me see if... Let me switch these armies around really quick. So you can see that our supplies or soldier count is not doing that great. You know, we could be friends with Prussia just temporarily until we just because it's still 8 years left till we get to Austria. the Caspelli for the Brothers' War. And if we can get Prussia to join us in a war against Russia, that'll work out for our benefit. That's only if they join, though. Which they will. Our armies are set up. I'm gonna say, let's do it. Let's start this war. Can we get any other generals before we start? Two attack. That's decent. Another 2 attack. Fact, I am fine having Stefan von der Tann as one of the rulers of our armies. This one, actually, let's do this one. Alright. Let's do it. Declare war, free allied cores, call allies, Sweden, Russian Turku. All right. And let me make sure we can actually display that as a pop-up. Display that as a pop-up. Actually, no. Yeah, let's close that. So it looks like the sound for clicking disappeared when my game minimized itself. So we're just going to end the video here and continue on part 3 with our war with Russia. So thank you for watching, and make sure to leave a like or subscribe. See you next time.